going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. This is going to be, again, another informative video. Why? Because why not? I like informing people. I like teaching people. So, you guys read the title. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get right into it. We have Rimfire versus Centerfire, and why Centerfire comes out on top and why it will pretty much always come out on top. But let's stop talking. Let's get right into it. So when we're talking about reliability, actually, before I even get into reliability of them, let's go ahead and talk about some of the differences between the two. So we're going to start with Centerfire, right? So the Centerfire cartridge or Centerfire round, you have the projectile up here, you have the casing right here, you have the powder that's inside the casing, and then on the end, you see that little circle there? That is called the primer. In other words, as I like to call it, you might have heard me refer to it as this a couple of times on the channel, the boom button. So essentially, the firing pin strikes the primer, which ignites the powder inside the casing, and the pressure that is built up from the powder being ignited has the projectile sent out. That is how this round works. That is how all Centerfire cartridges work, plain and simple. So some people might be wondering, well, if that's called Centerfire, why is this round, for example, a 22 LR, here, I'm about to say a little thing, why is this round called a Rimfire cartridge? Well, that is because it has something a little different going on. So, of course, as you can see, we have the projectile right here. We have the casing. Of course, inside the casing is the powder. So some of you guys might be wondering, what exactly is so different? Well, it is the fact that instead of a primer in the center, here, let me see if I can try to focus in right here. It's not really going to focus in. It doesn't matter. It just has an F on it. It's federal ammunition. But regardless, this has instead a primer compound, and it strikes the firing pin strikes the rim, anywhere on the rim of the cartridge, and that is how the powder is ignited and the round is fired. So a lot of people might be wondering, why do these differences really matter? Oh no, the firing pin strikes a different spot. What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that when we talk about the differences between Rimfire versus Centerfire, we have to talk about one major factor, which is what I was about to get into earlier. So you guys already know what it is: reliability. Why does reliability matter? Well, when I pull the trigger, I want that firing pin to strike the primer or primer compound and that gun go boom. That's why it matters. When I pull that trigger, it's because I either am practicing and need to send a round downrange, or my life is in danger and I need to send a round through whatever is making my life be in danger. So the Centerfire cartridges are a lot more reliable than any Rimfire cartridge that you will find. And that is kind of a big deal here. I mean, when people think about Rimfire cartridges, the main one they think of is obviously 22 LR. That's why I grabbed this one. And anybody who truly shoots 22 or has shot even just had one big 22 session, that 22s jam a lot. They malfunction a lot. They have a lot of light primer strikes. And of course, a lot of people are going to make the argument, oh, well, go ahead and just spend the extra money, get some good 22 ammo, get some good Rimfire ammo. But at that point, it doesn't really feel like you're doing as much. It doesn't really feel like you're saving as much, which is one of the big pros of a lot of the Rimfire cartridges, is that they are fairly cheap. 22 LR you can find for probably 10 cents a round, if not less. So, guys, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, there's a lot of people don't want to admit it, but these are nowhere near as reliable as Centerfire cartridges are. And that's something that a lot of people are going to have to just accept. I can truly say, it's bad when there's a meme about 22 that says a 22 on average will malfunction once every 12 rounds. And then the rest of the meme goes, let's figure out how to make the other 11 malfunction. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. All I'm getting at here is simply when we talk about what kind of cartridge we would rather choose, we have to factor in reliability, in which case rimfire cartridges, they are lacking in such. And that's a very big issue. A lot of people don't want to admit it. They would rather say, oh, well, just buy more expensive ammo, which also kind of defeats the purpose of it. But regardless, all in all, a rimfire cartridge, while they are cheap, while they are plentiful, especially if we're talking about 22LR, a lot of the rimfire cartridges are either going to be plentiful or extremely hard to find. There's really no in between. However, though, with Centerfire cartridges, they're pretty much everywhere. A majority of them you can find anywhere, and if you can't find a specific caliber for your gun, you can have it ordered in, and of course that would take time, but that's besides the point. It's going to be easier for you to find than some extremely rare rimfire cartridge, for example. All in all, I do think that about wraps it up for this video. I just want to stress the importance of this to people, because a lot of people seem to, think, oh, well, when choosing a round, it really doesn't matter what round you're choosing. It kind of does. I mean, it even matters to how the round itself is fired. I mean, whether it's striking a primer compound on the rim, whether it's actually striking a primer in the center, it's a whole different situation, and it affects even the reliability of your gun and ammo. So yeah, it actually does matter. But as I said, I think that about wraps it up for this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all in. Whether or not you agree with me about my opinions on why Centerfire cartridges will always remain superior to rimfire cartridges, go ahead and comment down below why or why not. Although in all reality, it's probably going to be a waste of your time, because you would have to lie to try to prove a point. That's really it. I mean, rimfire cartridges, in the end, they are just unreliable compared to centerfire cartridges. But regardless, go ahead and comment your thoughts down below, whether or not you agree with me about my opinions on this. Make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.